Good morning. Welcome to our pre-service meditation. My name is John Hawes, and as one of the practitioners here, it's my pleasure to offer some words between the stillness and the silence. Allow yourself to be totally present. Just notice. If comfortable, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let your hard-working eyes rest. Notice the breath. It is the breath of God breathing you. Gently, easily. If it feels good, just allow one full conscious inhale through the nose. Hold. And release with a sigh. May 7th, it's an auspicious day. 88 years ago, 200 years ago, the wind scale was invented, and today on this calm morning, the winds are so still. You can hear the sound of the water. You can hear the rustle of your feet. Hear your own breath and heartbeat. Rumi said, "The breezes at dawn have secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep." The breezes of dawn have secrets to tell you. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. The secrets of the morning before the to-do of the day help remind us of the movement between the outer world and the inner world. The secret is to allow the outer noise to just be as it is, to be aware of but not caught up in the noisy thoughts of yesterday, tomorrow, next week. This morning, listen to the breezes at dawn that have secrets to tell you. relax, allow, let go. I'll keep track of the time. Just notice what secrets are awaiting you inside. Allow. Smile. Feel the two worlds, the inner and the outer. As we go about the service today and throughout this next week, recall that this still place where we can touch the two worlds lies just below the breath. It's always there, waiting. The breeze of dawn's breath does not demand anything of you. Always ready to serve. Breathe. And you're home. Namaste.
Good morning. Good May 7th morning to all of you here at the center in Prescott and all of you out there wherever you are. My name is Kathleen and I'm one of your leadership team members. Next Sunday, Mother's Day, which is May 14th, Reverend Kath DePoma will be joining us, and she will have her talk entitled Mother to Mentor. An interesting topic, so please join us for that. Those of you who enjoy Science of Mind magazine. On Tuesday each week, there is a Zoom discussion at 5:30. If you haven't ordered your Science of Mind magazine or picked one up at the bookstore, you're missing something pretty dynamic, and it will change your life as you read the daily guides and then find that that same topic is carried through the month by our speakers. So we can follow the theme daily and then be reinforced each Sunday by keeping us all spiritually in touch. The last Sunday of the month, Reverend Donald Graves will be joining us as a guest speaker, informing us of mining memories. Sounds interesting. And then an engaging workshop will follow from 12 until 2. You recall last Sunday I mentioned May 6th was International Labyrinth Day, and the group celebration would be here at CSLP. While I was not able to attend, I understand there were some 20 to 25 people who attended, and yoga began the event. And I've since learned, I have to read this, that the international organization has a mission to support all of those who create, maintain, and use labyrinths to serve the global community by providing education, networking, and opportunities to experience transformation. So a little education for us for the next annual Labyrinth celebration. Clay is in need of volunteers for the sound booth. So if that interests you, please see Clay. There's a whole lot more in the service program for you to read. And so with those few announcements, I wish you a beautiful day, and thank you.
Good morning. My name is John Haas, and I'm one of the practitioners here at the center. And since it's the first of the month, we begin with our new minister sacred covenant prayer, which will be up here. Just a reminder, it's 6 slides long, so take a breath and follow with me. There is only one life. This life is good. This life is God. This life is my life now. Knowing that I am one with this life that is God, I therefore know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions. This includes the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is revealing God as love. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which has been promised by God. For it is written, love is the bridge between you and everything. As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealing truth as love, wholeness, and joy. We now intend to experience our new minister in full cooperation and agreement with our community, knowing this truth. We are fully grounded in principle, inspiring loving expression of our best selves. We nurture and empower our spiritual growth in consciousness, oneness, and wisdom. We recognize the humanity of a situation and wisely call forth the truth. We expand personal consciousness through studies of diverse spiritual teaching. We enrich our spiritual lives through music and arts. we accept the highest expression of our new minister into our lives and know they will serve highest and greatest good for all who are touched by our teaching. And so it is. So let's take a breath together. Recognize that there's only one thing going on, one power, one presence, one perfect whole, and we are part of it. Because it is everywhere and every when, it must be right here, right now, in this room and across the globe where the internet is touched by this broadcast. Since it's everywhere, then it's in our seats, it's breathing us, it's allowing us to support itself. It's the beat of our hearts. So I know that this day is a good day, and that together we will have fellowship and enjoy the music, the time together, the words of wisdom, and the great day that it is. So knowing this, I just gratefully say thank you, and send these words into the law, knowing it's already done and complete. And we can anchor that by saying, and so it is.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sky. Jackson's going to be back next week. I'm told he's already on his plane, so I know a few of you have been asking. All right, sing with me here. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. People now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come, he will surely pass. When the one that's left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, try to love one another, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. One key unlocks them both, it's there at your command. Come on now, people, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
Thank you so much, Sky. And yes, how awesome it is that we have gathered, smiling on our brothers and sisters, shining that light of love that is within us for this is the place where God shows up. So good morning. And to all of those here in the sanctuary, as well as those who are present watching us online, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in Prescott, Arizona, where we, through our teachings, through our workshops, through our classes, that we provide ways for you to realize how magnificent you truly are. And that transforms your life. And that in turn blesses the world. My name is Hazel Bowman, and with me on the platform is John Haas. He and I are just two of the practitioners of your practitioner corps that serve this center. And so today I have the joy in being your service leader and guest speaker. And John has been, is our practitioner of the day. John, that was a tremendous pre-service meditation. It's just too short. I could have gone on a little bit longer. Beautiful invocation. John will also be doing the in-service meditation. It's a very brief in-service meditation. Before then, he departs the platform and does what we refer to as high watch, which is knowing that the highest good is always unfolding in every single moment. Please know that wherever you've been, wherever you've done, whatever self-judgments you may have about yourself, please know that you are entirely welcome here today, just the way you are, and just the way that you perceive that you are not. For I can assure you in this center, we see you through the eyes of divine love and recognize you as being valued and perfect in every way. I'd mentioned that one of the ways that you transform your life is through our classes and workshops. Well, that's something we practitioners love to do. We love to teach and we love to pray. So if there is something that is taking you out of your comfort zone, maybe there's something that's weighing a little heavy on your heart. Perhaps maybe everything is going so well and you want even more of it, which is phenomenal as well. What we encourage you to do, you'll see in the seat pocket in front of you, that there is a ministry of prayer, little card right here. And what we ask you to do is that we ask that you complete it. And you will notice at the bottom of this form, it states what you plan on embodying for the entire week, whether it be peace or clarity or whatever it is. And what you're going to do with this, after you've completed this, I want you to place it in the Ministry of Prayer box, which is outside the sanctuary door. I believe it's under the bulletin that has all the board of directors' pictures posted on it. The Ministry of Prayer box sometimes kind of floats around, but it does say Ministry of Prayer. Put that in there, and John will be securing those later on. He'll be making sure that all of us in the practitioner corps receive it, and then for an entire week, we will be knowing those spiritual truths for you. Now, you might want to kind of get a little bit of a jump start on all that and maybe meet with a practitioner immediately following service. Well, those practitioners who are in service are wearing a purple stole, and what we encourage you to do is to come on up for what we refer to as a 3-minute miracle. And this is where you just kind of briefly share your story. But more importantly to us is what you plan to experience, what it is you want to experience in your life. And then that practitioner will pray with you, knowing that God's presence that is within you is manifesting everything in your life. Or, and today is exciting because it's birthday Sunday, or what you can do is meet with the practitioner one-on-one. And this is where it's an opportunity for you to go maybe a little bit deeper, just kind of unearth some things that might be holding you back. And some of these things go back from years ago when you were a little child, from maybe thinking that you're not enough. And so here's an opportunity with a practitioner to unveil the truth of your being. And as I mentioned, it's Birthday Sunday, and we'll be getting to that a little later on. But the practitioners have a very special gift for everyone who was born in the month of May. Now, one of the beautiful things about our teachings is that we recognize that there are so many ways to honor the divine. And so with that, I invite our candlelighters, Nancy, Elaine, to come on up, please. For the Center for Spiritual Living honors all faith traditions. As we light a candle for the world's religions, it is to acknowledge both our multiplicity and our unity.
We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within.
For Islam, the practice of submitting to the will of God as revealed to his prophets, peace be upon them, who taught that there is one God, creator of the heaven and the earth.
For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God.
For Buddhism, the middle path that ends suffering and awakens mindfulness and compassion.
For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion.
For Native American traditions and those who walk the Good Red Road, including the people of the sun, better known as the Yavapai.
For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace.
For the goddess traditions, embracing the divine feminine as maiden, mother, and crone, or wisdom keeper.
And for the science of mind, which is the philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
And let us anchor that right now with our own affirmation here. We are here for God. Our purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere. And so it is. Thank you, ladies.
God is, I am right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am, God is. I am right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am, God is, I am. Right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
Right here and right now, let's take a moment to go inside, feel and hear the openness of our heart speaking to us right here, right now. right here. This still space where we touch the divine is always only a breath away. Namaste.
One of the best things when Jackson is away is that he always manages to secure the very best for us in substituting for him. And so, Sky Conwell, our soloist and our guest music director, thank you.
This is a song that I've written myself many years ago. Sorry for everything I've ever done to hurt you, Lord, and even for what I haven't done for you. You are my everything, everything to me. You've set me free, and I don't deserve your grace. Jesus, I thank you. Thank you for everything, everything you've ever done, and for your Son who died and rose for me. Jesus, thank you. Give you everything, everything, everything I have is yours. I love you, Lord, because you first loved me. Jesus, I thank you.
Thank you so much, Sky. You are my everything that sets me free. That's pretty much my message, too. So, that's about it. Yeah, well, I'll just speak a few extra minutes. How's that? Heaven is not a gated community. Don't you love that title? I did that because I wanted to ask you, how do you see or define your relationship with God or with Spirit? I asked this question in complete sincerity because not too long ago I was talking to one of the nicest people you would ever want to meet. And she said something that made my heart so sad. She said, I am a God-fearing woman. God-fearing. Of course, my immediate thought was, why would anyone be afraid of divine love? But because divine love, that's just one of the many names for God or for Spirit. But of course, in this culture, we've heard those words many times, haven't we? God-fearing. It stems from the belief that God is judging us. And if we don't measure up, or if we have sinned, then we're going to incur God's wrath, and we're going to be punished. Well, let's just kind of take a breath here. Let's take a pause, okay, off of all this. For the word sin comes from the Hebrew word ket, and the Greek word amartia. Both of those words mean missing the mark or missing the goal. That's all it is. And of course, what is the goal? Well, the answer is actually found on page 1 of the Bible, which is we were all created in the image of God. In ancient Greek thought, sin was looked upon in essence as a failure on the part of an individual to obtain his or her true self-expression and to preserve his or her due relation to the universe. Sin was attributed mainly to ignorance, that not knowing the truth of your being, or that the truth of your being, of being God's being, don't you love that, is what's remaining after running out of personal opinion. In Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle uses a metaphor comparing the human to an archer trying to hit the mark of the right action in life. Now, when you read it, or if you ever read it, but when you read it, its main message is how spiritual growth can only be obtained by working on yourself every single day, and how this process never really ends, although you will become self-actualized along the way. By understanding this concept, you can escape the dark corners of preconceptions and fear and live life freer on every single level. Regardless what you have been told, at every level. It doesn't matter what has been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that count. Now, regardless what you have been told, spirit is not some sort of a cosmos bean counter. Here, people, this one infinite presence only knows and sees itself. And this omnipotent energy knows nothing outside of itself because there is nothing outside of it. 2,500 years ago, the Greek philosopher Heraclitus wrote, "From all things one, and from the one, all things." The ancient Egyptians believed in an all-encompassing unity, symbolized by the goddess Isis, worshipped as all that has been and is and shall be, the mother and father of all things. That's why we of New Thought, which by the way is such a misnomer, isn't it? New Thought, because we really encompass the wisdom of the ages. That's why we of New Thought know ourselves as being God-loving rather than God-fearing. Yes, because we recognize this one as divine love, as perfect peace, as joy, for that it is whole and holy, and that it is always lavishly bestowing upon us all of its gifts. You know, I've been thinking about that word judgment. It's an interesting word, isn't it? Yeah. You know, there are times I really think it gets a bad rap, because I don't know how you can discern what's beautiful or good or right without it. Now, lots of times, though, judgment comes from prejudice, comes from fear. It comes from thinking that you are not enough. But then I also started to realize that sometimes judgment comes from not having enough information, that you have a whole different idea of something, and once that's been explained to you, it totally shifts your perspective, or it changes your judgment on any situation. Yeah, That's a hot dog. And the reason I wanted this shown is when I was saying that sometimes our judgment shifts when we're given more information. I wanted to share, this is a true story. Now, this was years ago when I was a flight attendant. And I was entertaining a young woman who was visiting our country for the very first time. And during her very brief stay with me, she told me that she wanted to eat food that was American. So I told her I'm going to take us out for some hot dogs. Well, I don't think I will ever forget when her hot dog was served to her, the most horrified expression that came over her face as she leaned across the table after looking at her hot dog, and she whispered to me, really worried, "What part did you get?" I was so tempted. so tempted. But I was good. Now, we're able to laugh about this story because we know the truth. Now, sometimes I wonder, of all the joy that Spirit is, if there isn't a little bit of laughter based on our misconceptions or misunderstanding of what we think it is. When we entertain fears of God's judgment that result in punishment, we are denying our oneness and we are accepting duality, that we are somehow separate from divine life, that heaven is some sort of a gated community. John Monday, in A Course of Miracles, wrote this: heaven is an awareness of perfect oneness. Whether we can see it or not, we are already a part of that perfection. Knowing heaven, then, means awakening from an illusory dream. It reminds me of that cartoon when a mother was greeting her little boy coming in through the front door from school. And she asked him, she said, "Did you learn anything at school today?" And her little boy replied, "Not enough. They want me to come back tomorrow." Your consciousness is the antenna to accessing miracles. Enlightenment internally is where the real magic takes place. Across all the ancient cultures that describe light and God, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and so on, the most consistent factor is that God is within you. God is the light at the center of your heart. Jesus, the master teacher, said, "The kingdom of God is within you." That is the point of unity, which connects you to the higher consciousness of the universe that is all around you. When we allow ourselves to become the living embodiment of the light being that we are, then we become a living embodiment of God's consciousness. We become enlightened. When we become enlightened, as the Buddha did, as Christ did, we essentially become more aware of our divine nature. And by divine, I mean that aspect, that essence, that spirit of you that is forever eternal. Have you ever attended a wedding ceremony where at the very end, during the pronouncement, the officiant states, "Whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder"? Asunder. It means divided or apart. Whom God hath joined together, no man can put asunder. When we understand that our oneness with our source is our oneness with supply, then we understand that God and man or humankind are joined forever, that we are one. So let's revisit what we know. We've established that though you exist of trillions of molecules, that you are spiritual. Yes, you may have made some mistakes or missteps along the way. Hello, welcome to being divinely human. We all have missed the mark on occasion. That's how we spiritually grow. That you are a vibration of the universe. That the kingdom of God is within you. That you are the light of the one, and that light is eternal. I found a little short clip on YouTube that I thought might kind of anchor this a little bit more. Clay?
Keep in mind that nothing really dies, but simply energy is transmuted. The energy that was created between the molecules do not disappear out of existence when something dies. It is simply transmuted. The consciousness moves on. When our physical body dies, our consciousness moves on as well. Our awareness is transmuted and moves into something new. The physical body can decompose, but we don't. We cannot. So let's bring this back around full circle. Light. Does light decompose? Is that even remotely possible? Light can bend, dance, shine, and shimmer. And when you break it apart, it becomes color and more finely tuned vibrations. Considering all things are vibration, perhaps the light energy that creates your being too is just a creation of consciousness within a field of possibilities, with you at the very center, sharing space with the rest of the universe. Enlightenment is understanding that you are not your thoughts, but the awareness of the thoughts themselves. Enlightenment is understanding that you have a right to exist because you do exist, and so does everything and everyone else in existence. It is knowing and seeing truth, which is everything that is, without any preconceived ideas or stories being put on top of circumstances. Enlightenment is shining your light, sharing your truth, expressing yourself, and consciously participating in reality in your highest way. It is choosing growth over stagnation, even if it causes you discomfort. It is asking questions and questioning the answers, and always asking more questions. It's making decisions and then letting go and trusting that decision. It's acknowledging when you've made a mistake and hurt someone or broke something, and then cleaning up your mess. It's taking responsibility for yourself in all of your actions. It's also the understanding that you are not alone and that anything is possible. That the kingdom of earth is external to yourself and the kingdom of heaven is internal, the space where everything is connected.
Isn't that a great clip? You are the light of God. The light. You are connected with a higher consciousness, and your consciousness is eternal. Think of it. God loves you so much that it placed its presence at the center of your heart so that you will always know that you are one. Express the authentic being that you are. You exist in a field of unlimited opportunities. Let those gates of heaven swing wide open as you celebrate and shine your light, shining your truth. For you are the embodiment of the divine life of the one. Yeah, let those gates of heaven now swing wide open. And so let's go ahead and let's anchor that into prayer right now. For it is in this moment that we recognize there is only one life, one presence. That in this moment that we have lifted our antenna of consciousness and accessing the truth of who we are, that we are of that divine love. We are of that love, that peace, that joy, that perfection. That I recognize that that kingdom of heaven is within each and every one of us. Perfect, whole, and complete in every single way. I know right now that there is only one presence, only one universal energy, and that it is always expressing itself through us, as us. How glorious it is knowing, as I call forth the truth and the clarity that continues to guide us on our way, knowing right now that our spiritual enlightenment is a journey that continues, that this enlightenment brings us to that self-actualization of knowing the truth, that we are no longer slumbering, but that we awake from any preconceived ideas or thoughts or notions that are opposite of the truth of this life. And so therefore, I know for each and every one here that they are of that higher consciousness, that they are that living embodiment of Spirit of God itself. And so with that, I just give such thanks. I am so blessed knowing this truth as I remember for each and every person until they remember for themselves that the glory of God is within them. And that glory of God is expressing through them, is blessing this world, is transforming this world. And it is all good. And so with that, knowing that now our time has come, for we exist right here, right now, as we express the authentic beings that we are, shining our light of truth, of love, I now just can release it into that universal law, into that mind of God, into that heart of God, that servant that only knows how to say yes, yes, yes. And with that, I let it go and I let it be, joyously be. And so it is. And let us stand and let us, thank you. Oh, you guys just like the hot dog. And so with that, I'm going to invite us to please stand and let us sing, Clay. How about it? Let that love wash over it.
Let the love wash over us. Let the love wash over us. I think I'm playing the wrong. Am I playing the wrong song?
Oh, okay. Well,
Let love wash over us. We let the joy wash over. I'm so sorry. I think I'm playing the wrong chords, aren't I? I think I'm playing the wrong song. Over us. There it is. We let, I'm sorry everybody. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. And we let the grace wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be.
you. Ah. And now is our opportunity to share our gifts financially. And so with that, I'm going to invite the ushers to please step forward. For this is our opportunity in giving to this center, supporting it so that we can continue to share our message of divine love, of joy, of harmony, as simultaneously we pay the bill and our staff and do so many other wonderful things. And so with that, I'm going to ask that you please take your love offering. And for those of you who are watching online, you may either donate by going to our website, cslprescott.org, or you'll see the number there on the screen that you can text your money. But I ask that each of us take that contribution, that love offering, place it over your heart, and say with me this: divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life. And thank you, Sky, for continuing to play.
Love is but a song we sing and fears away we die. You can make mountains rain or make the angels cry. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Yeah, people, because together we will stand. Every boy, every woman, and a man. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come on now, people, let's get on the ball. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Yeah, people, because together we will stand. Every boy, every girl, and a man. Before when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road that you travel, it always stays uphill. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Yeah, people, you know together we will stand. Every boy, woman, girl, and a man. Or 2 or 3 hours, but it don't matter now. In this life of ours, let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Hey people, because together we will stand. Every boy, woman, child, and a man. Well, I make somebody happy, make someone smile. Let's all work together and make life worthwhile. Come on, let's work together, yeah. Come on, let's work together, people. Because together we will stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. Because together we will stand. Every boy, woman, child, and a man.
Oh man, I got to tell you, that was fun. My little foot was tapping there. And I ask that the money now to please be brought forward. Thank you, Kathleen. I know that this money is just a circulation, that law of circulation, that it is part of the divine life, that we go forward and do the divine activity that is already occurring in every moment. And so I bless this money, I bless this center, I call it all good, and I say, and so it is. Thank you, Kathleen. Well, One of the things we always enjoy doing here at this center is welcoming people who might be here for the very first time, or maybe it's been a while since you've been here and you would love to reintroduce yourself. And so if so, I would invite anyone who's comfortable in doing so to please stand and share their name and where they're from. Hi. And you are? Hi, how are you doing? Where you come from? Illinois. My husband and I are from Chicago, downtown Chicago. Where are you from? Okay, Howard, we know exactly where that is. Illinois, no, where those. How wonderful it is having you here with us today. Thank you. Anybody else? Oh, well, what I wanted to share is that in our bookstore, there is a used book section. And as our gift to you, please go browse through that used book section. Take whatever book that you desire, something that resonates with you, or maybe you just want to learn a little bit more about the topic, and it is our gift to you. So please take advantage of that. Oh. Now, of course, after introducing, I love, of course, to welcome our other members of our congregation. And so maybe you can give us a little music as, not yet. Not yet. We still have to introduce our other members, which is our Children's Association of Awesomeness. All right. You want to share what you've learned today?
So we worked a little more on the puppet show, and we talked about Ho'oponopono. I don't know. I forgot it. Ho'oponopono. Sorry. Oh, it's basically saying like sorry to yourself because sometimes we're mean to ourselves and say mean things to ourselves. So yeah. It's I'm sorry. Do you forgive me? I thank you. I love you.
All right. Well, then I'm going to ask Seamus here a question. Do you know what day it is today?
It's birthday Sunday. If you have a birthday in May, please stand up.
Thank you. And for all of you who are born this month, we, the practitioners, have a very special gift for you. And that is John over there has birthday bookmark. And what this provides is a complimentary free one-on-one session with the practitioner of your choice. Our names and phone numbers are on the back of that bookmark. So take advantage of it. It is our gift to you. And so, Seamus, should we lead people in happy birthday? This guy's going to play.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear loved ones.
happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to all these wonderful people. Now, I'm just going to add a little note here on this, is that you might have seen one of the birthday people stand up was my husband, Howard. Today is his actual birthday, and my husband turns 88 years young today. And we could not think of a better way than to celebrate with our spiritual family here. And so what I have coordinated or arranged, you'll see this in the fellowship area. These are charcuterie cups. You might have heard of charcuterie trays. Well, these are cups, and each of them are stuffed with all sorts of good things. This is the regular, so it includes deli meats and cheeses and crackers and everything. But I also have an assortment of gluten-free as well as vegan. So please come join us in fellowship as we celebrate everybody's birthday this month. What do you think? Does that sound good? Okay. Well, with that, let us go ahead and let us stand. And if you feel comfortable in doing so, hold your hands. And let us say this benediction together. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life. And thank you, Clay.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, we're a family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous